welcome to Sunset TV. I am Bhavna Nair and you're watching a special report on the Prime Minister's visit to United States of America. The Prime Minister's first major overseas visit beyond the Indian neighborhood since the COVID pandemic has many facets. There will be first an in-house meeting with the US President Joe Biden, followed by his participation in the Quad Summit, as well as meetings with the heads of state of Quad nations, including Australia and Japan. Our correspondent Akhilesh Suman sent this report. Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrived in Washington, D.C. on Thursday, his first port of call in the United States. During his three-day visit, through a video link, he addressed the global COVID-19 summit hosted by US President Joe Biden. He highlighted how India's industry provided innovative, cost-effective solutions to address an unprecedented global disruption.
India's pharmaceutical industry has produced cost-effective diagnostic kits, drugs, medical devices, and PPE kits. These are providing affordable options to many developing countries. And we have shared medicines and medical supplies with over 150 countries. 2 indigenously developed vaccines have received emergency use authorization in India, including the world's first DNA-based vaccine. Several Indian companies are also involved in licensed production of various vaccines. Earlier this year, we shared our vaccine production with 95 other countries and with UN peacekeepers. And like a family, the world also stood with India when we were going through a second wave. For the solidarity and support extended to India, I thank you all.
The Prime Minister informed global leaders of the progress India has made in its vaccination drive. He highlighted India's efforts in keeping CoWIN and other digital solutions freely available to the global community.
Our grassroots level healthcare system had delivered over 800 million vaccine doses so far. Over 200 million Indians are now fully vaccinated. This has been enabled through the use of our innovative digital platform called CoWIN. In the spirit of sharing, India has made CoWIN and many other digital solutions available freely as open source software. Excellencies, as newer Indian vaccines get developed, we are also ramping up production capacity of existing vaccines. As our production increases, we will be able to resume vaccine supply to others too. For this, the supply chains of raw materials must be kept open. With our Quad partners, we are leveraging India's manufacturing strength to produce vaccines for the Indo-Pacific region. India and the South Africa have proposed a TRIPS waiver at the WTO for COVID vaccines, diagnostic and medicines. This will enable rapid scaling up of the fight against the pandemic.
Moving ahead, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi referred to the discriminatory travel policies of some nations during the pandemic, notably the UK. He underscored the need for mutual recognition of vaccine certificates and keeping the global supply chain of raw materials of vaccines open.
We also need to focus on addressing the pandemic economic effects. To that end, international travel should be made easier through mutual recognition of vaccine certificates. Excellencies, I once again endorse the objectives of this summit and President Biden's vision. India stands ready to work with the world to end the pandemic.
Upon his arrival in Washington, D.C., the Prime Minister was welcomed by American state officials and members of the Indian diaspora. He was greeted by groups of Indian Americans at the airport. Later, he had an interaction with members of the community. On Twitter, the Prime Minister commended the Indian diaspora for distinguishing themselves across the world. He also thanked them for a warm welcome.
I am so honored and proud to be here to welcome the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. Cannot wait for stronger ties between the United States and India on the whole. As you know, we're going through this deadly pandemic right now, and Modi ji's arrival, I think, is going to usher in a lot of good things for India so we can help with COVID. And welcome Modi ji, and we're waiting to see you.
I'm here to greet Modi ji, and this is my fourth time coming here and greeting him. But kind of overall, we are looking forward to him, his arrival and his speech at UN. We are looking at what he's going to talk about. And since he had become Prime Minister, India had progressed last, and Indo-American relationship had improved, and that's what we want to continue. Thank you.
We are here to welcome Modi ji with other community leaders, and we are going to cheer also his happy birthday. We are just waiting to arrive.
Modi ji, it's an honor and privilege to be here to welcome him. Thank you.
So this was Indian diaspora excited to see Prime Minister Modi in United States. The Prime Minister is addressing many meetings on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly. Important among them is his meeting with the CEOs of business houses. Meanwhile, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar is meeting world leaders in line with the Prime Minister's visit. On Tuesday, he addressed the G20 Foreign Ministers meeting on Afghanistan. Dr. S. Jaishankar urged the international community to come together to tackle the fallout of Taliban takeover in Afghanistan. In a series of tweets, he said, assistance providers must be accorded unimpeded, unrestricted and direct access. Dr. S. Jaishankar said that the world expects a broad-based inclusive governance in Afghanistan that involves representation from all sections of the society. He also called for implementation of Taliban's commitment not to allow use of Afghan soil for terrorism in any manner. The Indian Foreign Minister also attended the G4 Foreign Ministers meeting to press for reform in the United Nations Security Council. Brazil, Germany, Japan, India are members of the G4 grouping. All four countries have pledged to support each other in pushing for UNSC reforms. The G4 nations are pressing for permanent membership in the UNSC along with an African country. After the meeting, the four countries released a joint statement on the roadmap to accelerate UNSC reform. The statement expressed the determination of the G4 nations to develop a single consolidated text on reforms for adoption in the General Assembly. They will also intensify dialogue with other UNSC reform-minded countries and groups to seek definite outcomes. With that, we come to the end of this edition of Special Report. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Namaskar.